For decades, California's suburbs were the dream. They were the places families went to find peace, away from the noise, the traffic, and the struggle of big city life. People packed their cars and moved toward open space, good schools, and clean streets. From Los Angeles to San Diego, thousands believed that owning a home here meant they had finally made it. The lawns were green, the houses bright and new, and the air smelled like hope. There was space to live, space to grow, and space to build a future. Every neighborhood felt safe. Every school looked promising. And for many, life finally felt under control. But now, that dream is breaking apart. In 2025, the same places that once felt safe are slipping fast. The homes that once made people proud are becoming too expensive to keep. Property taxes are climbing, insurance rates are exploding, and families are struggling just to stay. Even worse, people are no longer moving into California's suburbs. They're moving out. The same migration that once built these neighborhoods is now working in reverse. The dream has turned heavy. The bills keep growing. The value of homes continues to drop, and the promise of stability is fading. Drive through parts of California today and you'll see the signs, literally. For sale posts on every street corner. Empty homes that once sold in days now sit for months. Even luxury areas are losing buyers, and families who worked their whole lives to buy here are being pushed out. And it's not just the middle class anymore. Even the richest neighborhoods, the ones behind tall gates and guarded entrances, are starting to feel the same pressure. Because in this market, no one is untouchable. This is HouseLine USA. And today, we're counting down the top 10 California suburbs where the housing market is crashing in 2025. Stay until the end, because some of the wealthiest zip codes in America are now on the edge of falling first. Number 10, Chula Vista. At number 10 is Chula Vista, once known as the pride of San Diego's South Bay. For years, it was the dream spot with clean streets, new schools, ocean breezes, and homes that felt within reach for families escaping Los Angeles and Orange County. During the pandemic, that dream came to life. People rushed in looking for space and sunshine, and home prices jumped nearly 70% in just 2 years. Every open house was packed. Homes sold within days, sometimes hours. Builders couldn't keep up, and for a short time, it felt like Chula Vista was unstoppable. But by 2025, everything changed. The same boom that built the city is now tearing it down. Prices have dropped over 14% in a single year, and for sale signs stretch across streets that were once filled with construction trucks and moving vans. The sound of progress has turned into silence. Builders are desperate. They're offering every deal they can. Free solar panels, lower mortgage rates, even covering HOA fees, just to get buyers interested. But most families can't afford to take the risk anymore. Rising property taxes, high insurance costs, and HOA fees that can hit $600 a month have made affordable living a thing of the past. The average homeowner here now pays around $4,200 a month, far beyond what most local families can handle. Even the city's strong military community, once its economic base, is starting to move away. Many are heading to cheaper areas like Las Vegas, Phoenix, or Texas suburbs, where the same kind of home costs half as much. Drive through some of Chula Vista's newer neighborhoods today, and you'll notice the change. The sold signs have been replaced by price reduced. Yards that once had kids playing now sit quietly. Buyers are cautious, sellers are nervous, and agents say open houses are emptier than ever. It's not just a drop in numbers, it's a shift in spirit. The excitement that once filled this city has turned into worry. People who believed they were buying into stability now feel stuck. Chula Vista's story is the California story, full of big dreams, quick rises, and painful falls. The same hope that built it has become a heavy burden. The suburb that promised opportunity is now a reminder that even in paradise, confidence can vanish overnight. Number 9, Burbank. Burbank, the quiet neighbor of Hollywood, and once one of California's most reliable cities. For decades, Burbank stood strong through every market shift. It was home to major studios like Disney and Warner Bros., filled with steady jobs, creative energy, and neighborhoods where life felt safe and predictable. If Los Angeles was chaos, Burbank was calm. But in 2025, the calm has broken. The city that once lived off the entertainment industry is now struggling to survive it. Streaming cutbacks, AI tools replacing creative jobs, and production moving out of state have all hit Burbank hard. The same people who once fueled the local economy, writers, producers, and studio workers, are losing income or leaving altogether. The impact is showing fast. Median home prices have dropped nearly 13% this year. Luxury homes in the hills of Burbank and Toluca Lake that once sold instantly now sit untouched for months. Open houses that used to feel like parties with catered snacks, music, and crowds now echo with emptiness. Agents cut prices week after week, but buyers are staying away. insurance costs have made things even worse. Because of wildfire risk in nearby foothills, some homeowners are now paying over $10,000 a year just to stay insured. Add that to rising property taxes, energy bills, and maintenance, and even longtime residents are questioning whether they can afford to stay. It's not just numbers, it's the mood. Walk through Burbank's tree-lined streets today and you'll notice fewer families outside, fewer kids riding bikes, fewer open garages filled with weekend projects. There's a quiet worry in the air. Coffee shops and small businesses that once thrived on studio workers now report slower days and fewer regulars. Burbank still looks picture-perfect on the surface, with palm trees, sunshine, and the famous studio gates shining in the distance. But behind that image, things are changing. The same city that built dreams for millions is struggling to keep its own. Burbank's story is a reminder that even the most stable places can fall fast when the economy shifts. The spotlight has moved on, and the city that once helped create Hollywood's magic is now fighting not to fade into its own shadows. Number 8, Calabasas. At number 8 is Calabasas, the suburb that once stood as a symbol of pure luxury. For years, it was more than a city, it was a statement. Gated mansions, private security, famous neighbors, and views of golden hills that looked like scenes from a movie. Celebrities, athletes, and business elites all came here for the same reason: privacy, safety, and status. If Los Angeles was loud and crowded, Calabasas was calm and untouched. During the pandemic, that image turned into a buying frenzy. People wanted space and security more than ever, and Calabasas offered both. Homes that once listed for $3 million were suddenly selling for over $4 million. Cash buyers lined up for homes before they even hit the market. The local saying was, "If you live here, you've made it." But in 2025, that story has changed. The streets are still quiet, but this time it's not peace, it's emptiness. Home values have dropped nearly 18%, and listings that once sold in weeks are now sitting untouched for months. Even the most exclusive neighborhoods, like the Oaks or Hidden Hills, are seeing price cuts that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. Costs are soaring across the board. Insurance premiums for hillside mansions have doubled or tripled due to fire risk. Property taxes regularly exceed $35,000 a year, and HOA fees of $1,000 a month have become the norm. Add private security and maintenance, and even millionaires are asking themselves, is it worth it anymore? Many are quietly leaving. Luxury buyers are heading to Nevada, Texas, and Florida, where there's no state income tax and far fewer natural disasters. Some celebrity homeowners are selling off their properties in silence, cutting prices just to move on. Agents say what used to be a dream market has turned into a waiting game. Locals now call it the Kardashian correction. The name fits. Calabasas built its image on fame, but fame doesn't pay the bills. What was once exclusive now feels empty. Behind the guarded gates, the silence is growing louder. Calabasas didn't just lose money, it lost something deeper. It lost the sense of safety, the belief that wealth could protect you from the world outside. And in 2025, even luxury isn't safe from the fall. Number 7, Tustin. At number 7, we have Tustin, once known as the affordable Irvine. For years, it was the middle ground of Orange County, clean, modern, and comfortable without the massive price tag. Developers called it the next big thing. It had everything the modern buyer wanted: new homes, walkable neighborhoods, tech-friendly design, and quick access to major job hubs. It was supposed to be the perfect balance between lifestyle and value. And for a while, it worked. During the pandemic, people rushed in from Los Angeles, San Diego, and even out of state. They wanted new homes with extra rooms for remote work, green parks, and that fresh start feeling. Tustin delivered. Projects like Tustin Legacy and the District turned farmland into sleek housing and shopping communities filled with rooftop decks, cafes, and gyms. Prices climbed fast, and homes sold before construction even finished. But by 2025, that momentum vanished almost overnight. When interest rates jumped and tech layoffs spread across California, the very buyers Tustin depended on, engineers, designers, and remote workers, pulled back. Suddenly, the dream of affordable modern living became a financial headache. Median home prices are down around 12% from last year. Developers who once bragged about sold-out phases are now offering discounts and free upgrades just to attract attention. Rows of new townhomes sit half-empty, and some construction sites have gone quiet mid-build. Even luxury apartments that once rented for $4,000 a month now struggle to find tenants at $3,000. Then come the hidden costs. HOA dues average $500 a month. Property taxes are rising, and many homeowners who bought during the boom are now seeing their equity disappear. Some are renting out their homes just to cover their loans, while others are walking away altogether. Local agents say open houses are almost empty, and the energy that once filled the city has faded. Where you once saw young families and professionals eager to move in, you now see hesitation. People are realizing that the future Tustin promised might never arrive. Tustin wanted to be the model suburb of tomorrow, a place where innovation met comfort. But instead, it became another warning sign. The city that was built for the next generation is now struggling to survive the one it built for. The future came fast and left just as quickly. Number 6. San Clemente. San Clemente, the seaside gem of Orange County, where the red-tiled roofs meet the blue Pacific and the sunsets look like postcards. For decades, this was the dream. Families, retirees, and second-home buyers all came for the same reason: peace, beauty, and that small-town coastal charm. It wasn't just a place to live, it was a lifestyle. Beach walks at sunrise, quiet streets lined with palm trees, and neighborhoods where life felt slower, safer, and perfect. But in 2025, that perfection is cracking. San Clemente's biggest strength, its location by the ocean, has become its biggest weakness. New coastal insurance rules, rising maintenance costs, and environmental risks are turning paradise into pressure. Many major insurance companies have pulled out entirely, leaving homeowners with limited and expensive options. For those who still qualify, premiums can now run well over $10,000 a year, even for modest homes. It's not just the rich feeling the squeeze. Even families who bought here decades ago are struggling to keep up with climbing property taxes and utility bills. Some who dreamed of retiring here are now selling and moving inland, searching for affordability that no longer exists by the sea. Home prices that once seemed untouchable are sliding fast. Ocean view houses that sold for $2.5 million a few years ago are now sitting unsold at $1.9 million or less. Second home buyers and investors have vanished. Short-term rentals, once a booming business, have been hit hard by new local restrictions and fees. What was once a strong market for vacation income has now gone quiet. Even the look of the city is changing. The bright construction signs have faded. The chatter in beachfront cafes is softer. You can still feel the sun, still hear the waves, but something is missing: confidence. Local agents call it the coastal freeze. Buyers hesitate, sellers panic, and everyone waits for someone else to make the first move. It's not that people stopped loving San Clemente. It's that living the dream here now costs more than the dream itself is worth. San Clemente's story is a reminder that even paradise comes with a price. And in 2025, that price has become too high to pay. But while San Clemente's oceanfront market struggles, another California favorite, built on family life and safety, is starting to feel the same pressure. Number 5. Santa Clarita. At number 5, we have Santa Clarita, once known as the model of California's suburban dream. It was everything families hoped for: safe streets, clean parks, great schools, and that picture-perfect sense of community. For years, this city north of Los Angeles was the gold standard for family living. When chaos ruled LA, Santa Clarita promised calm. During the pandemic, it became one of the most sought-after places in Southern California. Families fled city apartments and crowded neighborhoods, searching for space, safety, and stability. New homes popped up across Valencia and Stevenson Ranch, and prices skyrocketed, up nearly 50% between 2020 and 2022. The demand was so strong that builders could barely keep up. For a while, it looked like Santa Clarita had found the secret to success. But by 2025, that success has started to slip away. The higher it climbed, the harder it fell. Home prices have dropped about 15% in just 1 year. Insurance rates have risen more than 60%, thanks to new wildfire zone expansions. HOA fees, some topping $400 a month, now add another layer of costs that families didn't plan for. Even property taxes have increased as valuations caught up with the peak prices of the boom years. The total cost of owning a home here has jumped nearly 40% since 2021. And for many families, that's the breaking point. Mortgage payments are climbing while home values sink, leaving hundreds of recent buyers underwater, owing more than their homes are worth. Local businesses feel it too. Coffee shops, daycare centers, and small stores report fewer customers as families cut spending to make ends meet. Weekends that once filled parks and shopping centers now feel quieter. There's a new tension in the air, not panic, but exhaustion. Agents say more sellers are listing homes out of stress, not choice. Buyers are hesitant, waiting for another price drop before they commit. And the families who thought they'd found their forever home just a few years ago are wondering how long they can hold on. Santa Clarita built its reputation on safety and stability, the idea that it was immune to the chaos around Los Angeles. But in 2025, even this family fortress is showing cracks. Behind the trimmed lawns and tidy cul-de-sacs, financial pressure is spreading fast. And if Santa Clarita, the symbol of middle-class security, is struggling, what hope is left for the high-end suburbs? Because next up, we're heading north to Pleasanton, a city that once defined perfection, but is now learning just how fragile perfection can be. Number 4. Pleasanton. Pleasanton, once known as one of the most perfect suburbs in California. Located in the East Bay, this city built its image on comfort and success. Tree-lined streets, country club homes, and some of the best schools in the state. For years, Pleasanton represented what so many Californians worked for: peace, prosperity, and pride. If you lived here, you'd made it. Its neighborhoods, like Ruby Hill and Vintage Hills, were showcases of wealth and calm. Clean parks, busy farmers markets, and Teslas lined up outside private schools, life here looked effortless. During the tech boom, the city became a magnet for high-income professionals from Silicon Valley. Bonuses were big, stock options were flowing, and homes were selling faster than ever. But by 2025, the mood has shifted completely. The same tech industry that built Pleasanton's success is now breaking its foundation. After major layoffs across the Bay Area, many families who once felt secure are now tightening their budgets or moving away. Home prices have dropped about 16%, and sales are down nearly 50% from their peak. Luxury listings that once sparked bidding wars now sit untouched for months, collecting dust instead of offers. The numbers tell part of the story, but the feeling tells the rest. Open houses that used to be full of excitement now feel empty and quiet. Buyers are cautious, sellers are tired, and agents are running out of new ways to describe a slowing market. Even wealthy homeowners are starting to feel the squeeze. Many are facing $9,000 a month mortgage payments and $20,000 property tax bills while their home values keep sliding. Families who once seemed untouchable are now making small but noticeable changes, renting out rooms, cutting private school tuition, or delaying vacations. Local businesses are noticing too. Upscale restaurants, boutique, and fitness studios that once thrived on tech money are seeing fewer customers. It's not panic, it's fatigue. Pleasanton's residents aren't broke. They're just worn down. The cost of maintaining perfection has finally become too high. The lawns are still manicured. The homes still shine. But the confidence that built Pleasanton is fading. It's not a city in collapse. It's a city quietly holding its breath, waiting for the good times to return. And while Pleasanton's slowdown feels surprising, what's happening next hits even harder. Number 3. Irvine. At number 3 is Irvine, the city that was never supposed to fail. For years, it stood as the master plan of Southern California. Perfectly designed, perfectly maintained, and perfectly predictable. Every neighborhood had its own parks, its own schools, and its own sense of order. Nothing here ever felt random. Everything had a purpose. Irvine was the kind of place people pointed to and said, that's how a city should be built. It became a symbol of stability. Top-rated schools, clean streets, and low crime made it one of the most desirable places to live in California. During the pandemic, that reputation turned Irvine into a real estate goldmine. Buyers rushed in from around the world, especially from overseas, pushing home prices higher than ever before. Condos and townhomes sold out before they were even finished. For a while, it felt like Irvine could do no wrong. But by 2025, that perfect image has started to break. The international buyers who once fueled the market have disappeared. Stricter foreign investment rules and a weaker global economy have dried up the flow of outside money. At the same time, layoffs across Southern California's tech sector have hit the city's core buyers, engineers, analysts, and managers, the very people who kept the market alive. Developers are now fighting to stay afloat. Condo sales have dropped around 40%, and many new projects sit half empty. To attract buyers, builders are offering everything: free Tesla credits, mortgage rate buydowns, and even covering closing costs. But the offers aren't working because people have lost confidence. And it's not just about prices. The cost of living in Irvine has exploded. HOA fees of $500 a month, rising insurance premiums, and mortgage rates near 7% have pushed many families out. Even renters are feeling it. Luxury apartments are cutting prices, trying to fill units that once had waiting lists. Drive through neighborhoods like Woodbury, Cypress Village, or Turtle Rock, and you'll still see the same perfect landscaping and neat streets. But beneath the surface, there's a quiet pressure. Homes that once sparked bidding wars are now sitting for months. The city that symbolized control is learning that even perfection has limits. Irvine's biggest problem isn't demand, it's belief. People no longer believe the system works. The order that made Irvine special is now what's holding it back. And if Irvine, the model of suburban control, is cracking, then what's happening in San Ramon might be even more revealing. Number 2. San Ramon. San Ramon, one of the East Bay's most polished and prosperous suburbs. For years, this city was the picture of modern success. Clean, green, and perfectly planned. It was built for the tech and corporate world, a quiet escape for high-income families who worked in nearby Silicon Valley. Home to Chevron's headquarters and the sleek offices of Bishop Ranch, San Ramon became a model of suburban progress. The roads were smooth, and the homes looked like they were lifted straight from a luxury magazine. During the pandemic, demand exploded. Remote work made San Ramon more appealing than ever. Families could live in comfort while staying close to major job centers. Prices shot up fast, and bidding wars became normal. For a while, this city felt untouchable, a safe bet in an uncertain time. But in 2025, San Ramon's strength has become its weakness. The same industries that built it, tech, finance, and corporate energy, are now pulling back. Bonuses have shrunk, layoffs are spreading, and companies are cutting costs by relocating out of state. Suddenly, the buyers who once lined up for homes are gone. Home prices have dropped about 17% since 2022, and inventory has doubled. Luxury houses in neighborhoods like Gale Ranch and Windermere, once sold within days, now sit for months, with price cuts of $200,000 or more. Even cash buyers are waiting, unsure how far prices might still fall. The pressure on homeowners is intense. Many who stretched for million-dollar homes are now struggling with $9,000 monthly payments, not counting property taxes or HOA fees. Local agents talk about shadow listings, homes quietly being prepared for sale before the owners admit they can't keep up. The emotional tone in San Ramon has changed too. Cafes and parks that once buzzed with energy now feel quieter. Neighbors talk about budgeting, refinancing, and waiting for the market to turn around. The confidence that once filled this city has been replaced with quiet concern. San Ramon still looks beautiful on the outside. The streets are spotless, the lawns perfect, the views breathtaking. But beneath that surface, something has cracked. The suburb that once represented Silicon Valley's promise is now proof that even success has limits. San Ramon is still brilliant, but it's breaking. And if San Ramon shows what happens when wealth begins to wobble, then our next city shows what happens when hope runs out completely. Number 1. Santa Rosa. At number 1, we have Santa Rosa, the heart of California's wine country, and a city that has already survived more than most. Over the past decade, Santa Rosa has faced fire after fire, entire neighborhoods destroyed, only to rise again from the ashes. The city became a symbol of strength and recovery. Every rebuild was a story of resilience, proof that even when nature burned it down, the community would not give up. But in 2025, that spirit is being tested like never before. After years of fighting back, Santa Rosa is running out of breath. Home values have dropped nearly 19%, insurance costs have doubled, and confidence has faded. For many homeowners, it's not about wanting to leave, it's about no longer being able to stay. Insurance has become the breaking point. Many major carriers have pulled out of Sonoma County entirely, leaving families with few options except the state's Fair Plan, the last resort policy. Today, 1 in 5 homes in Santa Rosa depends on that plan, and even that coverage comes at triple the price of just a few years ago. For a growing number of residents, it's simply not affordable anymore. The emotional toll is visible everywhere. Rebuilt neighborhoods that once represented victory now feel empty and uncertain. Homes that took years to restore are sitting unsold for months, some for more than 200 days, as buyers walk away, scared of future fire risks and high costs. The same people who once proudly rebuilt their homes are now saying, "We just can't do it again." It's not only about the money, it's about exhaustion. The endless cycle of rebuilding, reassuring, and worrying has drained even the most hopeful residents. The vineyards still glow in the sunset, and the hills are as beautiful as ever, but the feeling underneath is heavy. There's pride, yes, but also sadness. Santa Rosa's story isn't just about real estate. It's about people who faced loss, rebuilt everything, and now face the quiet realization that resilience has its limits. Not every storm comes from the sky. Some come from years of strain, one bill, one disaster, one disappointment at a time. And as Santa Rosa slows down, one truth becomes clear. The collapse isn't only about housing, it's about hope. Because in 2025, California's suburbs aren't just losing value, they're losing faith in the dream that built them. California's suburbs were once the reward, the place you reached after years of hard work, where safety and sunshine felt guaranteed. But in 2025, That dream is fading faster than anyone expected. The numbers tell one story, but the silence tells another. The quiet streets, the empty open houses, the neighborhoods waiting for buyers who may never come. From San Ramon to Santa Rosa, from the ocean front to the valley floor, California's suburban dream isn't just cracking, it's changing forever. Because what's collapsing now isn't just housing, it's belief. Belief in stability, belief in the system, belief in the dream that built these cities in the first place. This is HouseLine USA. Subscribe, because this story isn't ending here. It's only just beginning.